that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a stop so hot you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align with.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Ready. 60 or. Two times.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check three. Watch out. Hard. Shoot.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Stills the intended target, and now it's second down.
Got it. Let's go now. 60 outlaw. You remember me. Let's go, baby. Mike's 50. Let's go, defense.
Second and 14. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Garoppolo now. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Indy, X3, 218, jump. Ready.
To throw on 2nd down, McCarty. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
50. Hey, watch the sled. Watch the sled. Any weapon. Hey, Foxtrot. Hit it.
On 3rd down, McCarty. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A big run by Kareem Hunt, 65 yards. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
They'll go with a keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
They come up in an offset eye. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
13. 21. Hey, get your head.
Here's Grant. And he's got Roan. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Corey Grant, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point up and through, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the screen. Hey. 44, Mike.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay a little bit.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready?
From the gun, McCarty. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It's Hill, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Garoppolo steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Bravo. Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
12, fellas, here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 5-yard line.
Ready, set. Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Here we go. Ready, go. Check. Crunch. Get it. Go.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Check 26. Hey, Echo. Now. 50. On the ball.
So that'll back him up 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 50. I'm coming.
Mike's 50. Clear. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. McCarty. Got an open man. That's Campbell. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well. But
a moot point there as they were able to connect. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, high 7, 5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarty looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
He's checking. Crash.
To throw on 3rd down. McCarty. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Broncos.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. They're not ready for this. 6-6, pull it high. Y'all playing wrong.
Back to throw. McCarty. Campbell making the catch. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
5.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 3. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Grant. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw on second down, McCarty. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch the slap, watch the slap.
From the gun, McCarty. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelce is complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Grant. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down and 4, Garoppolo. They complete it to Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Recon, 132 fighter. You got time. You got time. Get it.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 13.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Defense.
Operating from the gun, McCarty. Catch made here by Campbell. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Hey, Zoo. 53. Watch the pass. Here we go. 53 to Mike. Pilot, 64. Weak. Hey, Charlie. 5.
On 1st and 10, McCarty looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Paris Campbell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go back to Grant. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned. Just
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jake Ryan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Garoppolo. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Hey, gun. White.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And able to find Graham, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
Here we go.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, seam 6.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with touchdown number 8 on the year. as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The point after is good, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for ring.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Looking to throw. McCarty. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. From the gun, McCarty. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. It's Kelsey on the ground. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Go! 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Come on, boy. Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. McCarty. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, McCarty. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. A fourth and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down one score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
11. 97's the mic. 97's the mic.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Fletcher gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Right there. 54.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
It's just me and you.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it?
Here we go.
Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Give me that ball. 21. Here we go. I got you. Hey, box truck. 97's the mic. 97.
Now a give, right side. It's Grant. And some room to maneuver. And a cut to the... And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, McCarty. It's complete. Stills. 23 yards on the play. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
A good pickup there at 22. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Broken tackle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on second down, McCarty. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
On 4th down, McCarty. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop.
Here we go.
On first down, Grant found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Here we go.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Here we go. 180! 21. He's coming. 65. He's coming, double up. Hey, Haywood.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 180!
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Check to it.
Flag!
Check it back.
You draw Porter.
On third down, it's Grant, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be